Welcome. I'm presenting something here today that is also a project of mine. My name is Shyam Kumar. I'm from Lally. I'm a professor in Lally. So this is a project that I've been toying with for a while, and it's a mobile app at its heart, if you will, a contact exchange app. So the idea is as follows. If you look around, there have been any number of contact exchange apps, the most popular being Bob, right? But for some reason, all these contact exchange apps have sort of remained in niches. They've not caught on beyond that. They sort of remained in very, narrow. The way I like to think of it is they're spread in the technologically sort of savvy people, but not in the mainstream. You don't see regular people using these contact exchange apps. So there is something that is not being done right here, and there is a potential to do something right. So that's where I'm sort of trying to figure out something. So we have any number of contact exchange information apps, but they all just basically enable you to exchange sort of business card kind of information. They don't enable connectivity beyond that. So what I want to do is essentially an app that enables you to connect on different social networks as well while you're exchanging information. So instantly connect, instantly send requests on different social networking apps, social networking sites at exactly the same time. So bringing in that added functionality, which will hopefully make the transition from this business exchange, business kind of environment to a more casual environment so that all of us can use it, right? In social situations. So that's essentially the idea. That's the name of the app. How do I hope to go about it? Basically, pretty straightforward. Users authenticate with each social networking app that they're on when they register for the app. Issue them a secure ID, which is interfaced through a QR code. The whole idea being that the ID is secure and nobody else can sort of access that secure ID. So when somebody presents a QR code, or you present a QR code, you know that it is extremely secure. You're presenting it to somebody. There is no sort of scope for your information being sort of harmed in any way. So that's at the heart of it all. The interface itself could be a QR code or a tap with NFC. Instantly, the other person receives your contact information, and ideally a screen that looks like this, right? So basically, that is the story. To come up with something that looks like this. So if you run into Mr. Sidbadin and you find him on different networks, which you shouldn't at this point, there's something wrong if you do. You instantly add it on your different networks. That's the end. Press of a button, you send requests. Mind you, you're only sending requests, okay? So the other person goes back and then accepts the request. What are you trying to replace here? The whole idea of people going back and searching on these different networks and then connecting, essentially. So simplifying the whole process. That's what I want to do. How does this, from a sort of a business plan standpoint, the main catch here is, will the social networks give you this kind of access to an app developer, right? What I am hoping will convince them is this is an app that is a complement to what they're doing. It's a complementary product, right? Which would increase the utility of their networks. So to that extent, they should be willing to entertain the idea, essentially, okay? So that is sort of the plan. Do they have right now the option to? They don't. Basically, you cannot send, using an external app, you cannot send friend requests. But Facebook allows you to send requests to others to play social games, right? So they already have some things in place which might, which can be sort of built upon. So they may not be entirely sort of close to the idea. But yes, so the idea is to go and pitch that this will help you enlarge your network, help you sort of increase the value of your networks. That's it. So I'm going to sit over the winter break and further conceptualize all this. It has taken me a long time to get here and make sure I have something to work on. But yeah, so I want to come back in the spring, put together a team of people who would like to do this. Why do I think it's a good idea? I think it will help you develop your skills, solve a real business problem that's out there, and it's an exciting idea. So, there you have it.
So if there's any questions, you should speak them now, and whoever's going next should go up there. Like, your question. Someone over there.
Sure.
On the previous slide, what do you mean by the digital ID not being replicatable?
Well, all I'm trying to say is that I want to have, so at the heart of it all is actually an ID that is issued to you, right? I just want to be overly secure, if you will, over-design the security, so that if somebody scans your QR code, they're not able to access, they're scanning the QR code that enables the interfacing, and they're not accessing that ID that's behind. So your QR code that you're presenting today could be very different from what you're presenting tomorrow.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
So based on a hash all the time or something?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Every day assign a new one, so that, yeah. I don't have that QR code through which I can access everything else that you have.
Okay.
Just being overly secure. Yes. Anything else? You like it, you hate it? Yes.
I would enjoy if it was even less secure, because right now I have a little NFC tag in my wallet that I've written with my contact info, and so it's really cool. I just poke my wallet on the back of somebody's phone and it adds my contact info. And it would be nice if you could write that once and push that on the back of somebody's
Well,
phone.
I agree with you. We are all probably comfortable with that, right?
Yeah.
But I think people in general are not comfortable, with, NFC people view with a great degree of skepticism, because of which it is still not sort of caught on. So from that perspective, yes, I'm with you, but when you're positioning it for a broader audience, that's basically it. Right?
So is the idea that the QR code you generate is usable only once?
Yes.
Okay.
So that you have no issues with presenting. Right. There's no shadow of doubt. Yes, exactly.
So,
Or maybe a couple of days.
the second part of this is from a business model perspective, isn't the big issue with apps like Bump is that you need a network effect sort of bring everything together.
Right.
So the more people who are using it, the stronger.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But the best thing that could have happened is Bump has been acquired by Google, right? That's the best thing that could have happened. Because now, people like Facebook, etc., would not be willing to entertain and be open to Bump as much as they would have been if Bump was independent.
Right.
So if you ask me, it's actually a great thing. And I actually think Google might be wanting to kill Bump because they want to bring in NFC. Okay? So I think it's it's an opportunity, really, more than anything. Yes.
So, my only question is, if for the person on the receiving end of this, let's say someone scans your QR code, they don't need to have the app installed?
Yes, they do. That's his point. Yes, it is. So it depends entirely on the diffusion of the app across people, right? So definitely, that is definitely a big challenge, right? So, yes.
Just a comment. I'm pretty sure you can send friend requests using the Facebook API.
Oh, that's great. That makes my life easier, as a matter of fact, right? So, but nobody's done it. If it is there, because I checked the list of APIs.
Yeah, there's this weird JavaScript that you can do it using some of their other APIs. It's not directly available, but you can.
I see. Okay, that's great news. So, yeah. Thank you. There's my email. Please, if you have any comments, feedback, anything, please let me know. If you want to work on this, please let me know. And the plan is to start in the spring. Okay, we'll figure it out.